Welcome to Brain Vision.
Mm. So in this problem, we're given this graph for h of x, which has these discontinuities in it, and this section that's like a sine of 1 over x that just oscillates back and forth between 4 and 2 as it gets closer to 5 there. And we're asked a series of limits here. So let's look at the first one. The limit of h of x as x approaches minus 3 minus. That minus means from the left. So that's this. So that goes higher and higher and higher up to the value of 4, doesn't it? So this is 4. The next one is the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 3 from the right. Okay, so that's this direction now, which goes higher and higher up to that 4 right there. Okay. Then we're asked the limit of h of x as x approaches minus 3. Well, since from the left it was 4 and from the right it was 4, then that means that the limit approaching minus 3 from either direction is 4. Okay, while h at minus 3, evaluated at minus 3, does not exist, does it? Because it is that open circle right there where there's not a value and there's not a point shown anywhere on the graph for it either. Okay, next one is the limit of this function as x approaches 0 from the left. So we're coming down this curve right here as we go to 0. So that is 1. Okay. Next, we have the limit as h of x approaches 0 from the right. The plus means from the right. That's down this curve. And that's going to minus 1. So then the limit as h of x approaches 0, as x approaches 0 of h of x, well, the problem here is from the left it's positive 1, and from the right it's negative 1, and so this does not exist because you have to have the same limit coming from both sides in order to have that value. And h at 0, well, on our graph it's a solid dot up here at positive 1, and so that's the value of the function at 0. Okay. Next we have I, which is the limit of this function as x approaches 2. Well, as x approaches 2, from the left we get the value of 2, and from the right we get the value of 2, don't we? Coming in there. So that makes this 2. And h at 2, again, is an open circle, and there's no other dot for it anywhere else presented. And so this does not exist. Okay? Make sure that looks good there. There we go. All right. Now, question K. The limit of our function as x approaches 5 from the positive side. So that's from the right. Where's 5 at? 5's right here. So that's us coming down on this curve, which is approaching 3, isn't it? On the curve there. So this is 3. And then the limit as x approaches 5 from the left, well, it's hard to tell on our curve. But it actually, as we get closer and closer to 5, what's happening from the left over here? We just keep oscillating faster and faster and faster between 2 and 4. So we never settle on a single number. Therefore, that one does not exist for us. That limit does not exist. And there is all of the limits that were asked for on this graph.